Hello everyone, it's Andy Glen here and welcoming you to another podcast from Sharks TV. A cram-packed show this week with two special guests. Olivier Arseneau. Olivier, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And of course, in Coach's Corner, it's Martin Grubb. Martin, how are you doing?
Good, Andy. How are you?
All right. Been busy today. It's been a busy week for the Sharks. A tough week, I would suggest. I'm going to get your views on it just now, but disappointing results at the weekend. Two defeats, and perhaps not the greatest performance at all on Saturday at home. That was my view, but what about you guys? Martin, you first.
Yes, Saturday was obviously disappointing. We ain't going to sugarcoat anything. We ain't going to hide behind things. For maybe 50, 52 minutes, we did not play Saltwater Sharks hockey. And it's not for the want of trying. It's not for the want of the players are desperate to go and put in a performance and obviously get that first win for ourselves, for the club, and obviously the fans. And for one reason or another, it just didn't happen. So, long spells, definitely not the level we're aspiring to be at. Then we had a really good spell when we scored, and I thought we were dominant in that third period for a bit. And lost a silly one, and it takes a win for the sails a little bit. But as I said, it's a long way to go. We're in our infancy. We're still we're 6 games into a new league. We can't press any panic buttons, and I can tell all the listeners and anybody that's watching our team on a weekly basis that these players are doing everything they can to bring success, both short, medium, and long term, to this club. So. Not a great week, but got another game round the corner, and we'll do everything we can to get these points on the board as quick as we can.
Yeah, we'll have a look forward to the next weekend soon. Olivier, probably the highlight for you at the weekend was getting man of the match in Telford. Much better performance. We were there to watch. We enjoyed the game. What was your thoughts on the game on Sunday?
Just piggyback on what Marty just said, but obviously Saturday wasn't our best. I think personally, Sunday we played a lot better. At least gave ourselves a chance to win, which is what we have to do night in, night out. I just think our team has to find a way to be confident in ourselves and our abilities, and trust the process that it's going to come. And it is a long season. 60 games is a long time, but it's time to move on and try to put those first 6 games behind us and just focus on this coming Saturday.
Yeah. Sunday was a good game. I quite enjoyed it. 3-0 down after the first, and it wasn't looking great, but the team showed a bit of character, came back to 3-2, and we were so much in the ascendancy then, and then we lost a penalty and a goal. But these things happen, I guess. You were in a nice little fight as well in Telford.
It's part of the game. It happens, and you're not looking for it, but if it's there, it's just going to happen.
You've still got your good looks. There's no marks in you at all, so you must have done no too bad in the fight.
Yeah, I guess.
Martin, what did you think of Sunday's game?
Yeah, again, same as Livy's saying there. We definitely gave ourselves more of a chance to win. I think the frustrating part is the first goal was on our stick. We miss the net, ends up in our own zone. We turn it over. It's a bit too simple for me, and for the players, as I say. They're frustrated. Second and third goal were a carbon copy, exact same power play. And again, it's not for the want of trying. We try to stop that play. Vladimir Luka has got a heavy shot. He can score, and he showed that with his hat trick. So I think a couple of them they're disappointing. Potentially avoidable for us, and that's what we're working towards. I thought when we got back to 3-2, we had a power play chance at the back door with Mason to make it 3-3, and I think if we take that, we might be sitting here having a different conversation. But unfortunately, it seems to be the story of our season at the moment. Trying to get that third goal, scoring 3 goals, or trying to get ahead. And then again, we got punished. I think it was actually on the back of the power play. They called Peaks for, in my opinion, what was a perfectly clean hit. And then, the guy come in, bit of a scrum, he's grabbed Olivier and he's had to do what he's had to do. It's team first, and I think that proved it when you've got any one of your imports gloves coming off, and I think that also sparked the team as much as they scored on that PP. And the one thing I liked about Sunday is we never gave up. I think Saturday and then in the odd other game we've looked a little deflated when a third or a fourth goal kind of went against us. But I think Sunday for sure the team stuck together. Nobody gave up, and we battled us right to the end, right to the 60. And if we can, we can continue that and try and get that complete 60 we're striving for, then I still think we're not too far away. But we just still have to remember that we're 6 games in. Olivier said that 60 games are a long time, and we're working as hard as we can to turn it around.
I think the game on Sunday, I think what was really noticeable is when we came back to 3-2, you could sense the Tigers rocking. You could sense that they were getting worried, and if we'd have just managed to get that equaliser, it was there. You could just sense they were going to crumble. And I don't think the Bees were unbeatable for sure. I think all the teams that we've played, we've got a reasonable chance to play them again and beat them. And we're going to be playing the Raiders and the Bees again this weekend. So we'll talk about that just after we've done Coach's Corner. But there's definite positives in both those games that I can see. So I'll let you think about that before we go on to that. So as you know, I've asked people to like, share and subscribe, and I'd ask you to do that again to this video. Please do like, share and subscribe. It makes a huge difference to us and the success of the podcast and the success of the club. So please do that. I'm going to go on to Coach's Corner now. Martin's had such a busy week. I mean, Martin, in fact, I probably should actually have the conversation about how busy your week's been, because there's obviously Barry McKenzie left the club Tuesday, I think it was. I'm guessing you're not going to want to say too much about that, but I'm going to ask you anyway, and you can tell me where to stick my question. You get any update on that, Barton?
Yeah, the club made a statement, and I guess that's all there is to say. It's never nice when you have to make any change, but as an organisation, say the statements went out. It's without sounding disrespectful to anybody. It's what's been done's been done, and as a group, we got to move forward now. Okay,
in terms of moving forward, are we going into this weekend minus a player, or are we hoping to get somebody in as a replacement, or where are we at with that?
No, I think we're any team, regardless of this week, any team's always looking to improve. You've got to keep your eyes open, your ears to the ground, and see what or if anything is out there to improve us, and we'll continue to do that. There'll be nobody in for the weekend. I trust this group. I trust the players we've got and the pieces we have. And this week will be about putting that together and almost trying to complete this jigsaw. We had a chat on Tuesday. The players had a chat on Tuesday, and I know, as I say, they feel the same way. And all eyes now are focusing on trying to get that first win for as I say, the team, the organisation, and the fans. And that is a desire we have, that the players we have are good enough. The group we have is strong. And Olivier alluded to trusting the process. They do trust this process, and it is a process which might take some time. So we have been busy both on and off the ice, working on getting things right, and ultimately that's our goal, is to get things right as an organisation, on and off the ice, to make everybody proud of this team. And I say the players are the first in buying into that. So yeah, busy week in terms of trying to make preparations to play the Raiders. Personally, I've had a 2-day GB camp here as well, so it's been a pretty busy, pretty mad week for me. But all eyes are still on 6 o'clock Saturday night and coming out with energy and trying to get that win.
How was the under-20 camp?
Yeah, it was good. It's a final selection camp. Obviously, the tournament is here in our own rink in December. So all we asked as a coaching staff there, we just asked the players to make our jobs difficult and give us some tough decisions to make. And credit to them, they've done that. Myself, Dale Keane from Coventry, and Tommy Watkins from Telford will go away now as a coaching staff, and we'll evaluate where we are. We'll piece together that team. That'll be announced shortly for any GB ice hockey fans, and we'll see how that one goes. So, what I say, I've got some home comforts, home advantage here, and we'll come into that and hopefully do well.
Yeah, but it's been a busy week as well. Any word on injuries? Because I know Liam took a sore one in Intel for the nice foot, I think. Any update on how the players have been in training?
Obviously, like, as you say, you've seen that yourself. Liam took a lower body injury. He missed training on Tuesday as a precaution. He's had checks. There's certainly no longer term damage. There's nothing broken, etc. Thankfully, so a bit sore, but he'll be okay. A couple of guys took a little knock here and there on practice on Tuesday, but again, nothing massively to worry about. It's kind of the bumps and bruises of the competitive game. So we're hoping to be at full strength and have everybody available that we have in our roster now. And as I say, all eyes are just focused on scoring more goals than the Raiders and winning a game.
Well, it sounds like a busy week, and then having to do a podcast with me. You know.
What could be a better week than that, Andy?
Come on, I'm not buying that. As bad as Mr. Strange last week. Eh? Right, let's have a look at the goals from Saturday's game. You should be able to see screen, and me, Martin and Olivier here as well, but Martin's not seen this yet, so he's going to be looking at this cold. So if you could talk through it, and Olivier, please do chip in with any nuggets of wisdom if Martin misses anything obvious, because he's the coach. Yeah. This was the first goal.
It's the first goal. It's on the power play. You know, I thought there that first shot, we've contained them. They're outside the dots. They go east-west across the blue line and for a one-time shot. If you're being hyperly critical, could we get out and block that shot? I think Nolan's in a good spot there, and it's the one-time release that catches us. A bit of traffic in front of Callum. Again, you're striving for perfection, right? You're looking to stop that. Yeah. But I think we contained them well enough outside the dots, and they've made a good play with a heavy shot and caught us a little bit cold. And
yeah, it was Gabadge scored that one.
No, early goal never helps.
And Liam Morris then went on to score this one.
Yeah, again, it's on our stick. Ross Conley tries to go around the wall. We turn the puck over. They spring us. But we get back on a 3-on-3 rush, and Cal makes the save. At that stage, it looks like he's kicked it far enough out. I think you got to give Liam some credit. I've known Liam a long time, and if I'm honest, I'm not sure I thought he had that in his game, but he's went bar down. So, a tough one to take, because I think, as I say, we had it on our stick, but.
And that's where we were losing goals on the Sunday as well.
I think that's
look at it again, the same sort of play.
It's still, for me, Andy, it still goes back to the expectation of, if that happened last year, even if it goes in the net, we know we're going to score 2 or 3 in reply for every one that we conceded. But or you probably don't get punished. A guy in that league below, again, without disrespect to anybody, he misses the net, or it's not a hard enough shot. Callum recovers and saves it. At this level, as we seem to be finding out just a little bit too often, is that if you make mistakes like this, you get punished, and unfortunately, that's kind of where we're at this stage.
We move forward at the third period, and this was another power play goal. This is 5-on-3, and you've often said to me, to survive 5-on-3, there's a huge element of luck involved. You have to be lucky to survive a 5-on-3. There was a trip by Houston and a high stick by Liam, and we ended up in this situation. So,
yeah, I think firstly, we all felt extremely hard done by to be in this 5-on-3 situation, and we've killed portions of 5-on-3 before. Again, you see Olivier's on the ice here, keeping them in a good spot. Both guys kind of lose an edge a little bit there, and it allows them to go in a backdoor play, and it's difficult. Realistically, you should probably score in a 5-on-3. I don't know, maybe 8 out of 10 times, and it's one of them what ifs. What if Olivier's stick was in a great position there? If he gets his stick on the puck, it could be a clear. You could be talking about a totally different thing. Tiny margin. So he loses an edge. The guy actually loses an edge at the same time, and that puck could end up in the corner. It happens to end up in his teammate's stick and in our net, and it seems to be that little bit of, if you want to call it bad luck, that we're finding it at this stage as well. When you're behind the 8 ball, you never seem to get these breaks. But again, you got to credit the Bees. They had a 5-on-3 opportunity and they took it, and it puts us in a difficult situation.
Olivier, you were on the ice at the time. You know, as Mark says, it's got to have an element of luck in 5-on-3. How do you feel about the play?
I just feel like any penalty kill really is, you're trying to outwork the 5 guys you're playing against, and like a 5-on-3, they have so much room on the ice. And I think we're like, if I can say, like this week we practice our penalty kill, and I think it's also a thing of like chemistry that we're building right now, that this is how we want to kill penalties. And the more we're going to play against 5-on-3s and 5-on-4s, like we'll get better at it. But like Marty said, credits to the Bees, like 5-on-3, that's their job, is to get a goal, and they did.
Yeah, I think if we're on a 5-on-3 and we don't score, you're upset.
Everybody's looking, especially, you know, I think they had a full 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was at the same time.
And the good thing was, you know, we'd be looking to score exactly as you say, Andy. I think the credit the players deserve on the back of that is we killed the rest of the 5-on-4 on top of that. So as a bit of character there and a strength of character, we could have folded a little bit there and conceded right again on the back of that in the 5-on-4. But yeah, I think every team in this league, or at any level of hockey, if you get 5-on-3, especially a full 2 minute 5-on-3, you expect to score. And that's exactly what's happened. So I think, as I say, little game inches there, an inch here or there on a stick, or an extra stride, or you know, it might have been slightly different there, but yeah, they've ended up punishing us, and you know, it shows it's bad enough killing 5-on-4, but 5-on-3, and especially, I mean, Olivia will be able to tell you, as a player, I mean, our end zones are massive, and the IHF markings, I feel like, on the ice, you know, we absorb the loss of the size of the end zones into the neutral, so we've got a smaller neutral, but these end zones are massive, so a 5-on-3 especially, that's a lot of ice to cover.
There's
on the flip side, there's a lot of space for creativity. And I think with Balash and Gabaj, if they showed on the weekends, they're lethal. They're scoring a lot of goals for the Bees, and you know, unfortunately for us, we found that out as well.
Well, that was 3-0 with Balash scoring there. And then the highlight for Sharks fans certainly was this.
Again, a bit of a battle. I think it was the work rate. We worked back to try and turn the puck over. We had been talking a lot about net presence and actually getting pucks to the net and shooting the puck. So, you know, Mace in front, or Nolan in front.
Nolan in front.
Yeah, I think we put the 3 together, Scotty, Mason and Nolan, and I mean, 3 big boys. They can skate, they can shoot. And we asked them to work a little bit harder than obviously in the opposition. So we've turned the puck over. We know Scotty can shoot. He showed that last year. He was the top scorer in that whole North 1 league. And by his own admission, he's had a bit of a slow start. So it was nice to see him shoot the puck. It was nice to see him get rewarded. But it's no coincidence that we've had three bigger guys working hard. Nolan going to the net, taking the goalie's eyes away. I thought when we scored, and at this stage we were value for that. We were the better team, and we were obviously looking to get back into the game as quick as we could. It was now a 2-goal game. Even at that early stage in your head, you're looking, saying if it's even 2-goal game, you could potentially try and somewhere down the line shorten the bench, mix the lines up, get the goalie off even at some point. But I guess
Olivia, as a player on the ice at the time, were you thinking we're right back in this game, or were you still thinking you need the extra, you need that other goal to be really back in it?
No, I think, like they always say, like the saying 3-1 is the worst lead in hockey. So as soon as you get one, you feel that emotion on the bench, like, okay, like we have one, and then let's just move forward. So definitely you start believing a bit more, but it is later in the game, so it makes it tougher for us. Like Marty said it multiple times so far this season, but like playing with a lead is a lot easier. Like we've a lot of games so far, we're just chasing chasing, and like you're down 3 goals, you score 1, like it feels good, but it's still a long way. It's still 2 more goals. The other team's not going to give up just yet, so it makes our job harder. But definitely our team was like, you feel like you have a chance at least.
I'm after an exclusive here because on the game sheet it says that Scotty Henderson scored and everybody thought Scotty Henderson scored. However, watching it again through the replays when I was putting it together, I'm just wondering if Nolan tipped it. And he's your housemate. As he said, is he trying to claim the goal? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah, he's definitely claiming that goal. Yeah, he's telling me he's tipped it.
Aye. I wouldn't expect anything different.
Absolutely.
You know, it's, I guess like any sport, if you're a forward or a goal scorer, a poacher, you're going to try and claim it. I think from both our points of view, at this stage we didn't care at the time. We scored the goal. We felt we kind of saying most teams will have is you get 1, you get 2, and that was our focus at that stage. So if it's Nolan, fair play. If it's Scotty, he's put the puck to the net in the first place. So
yeah. Well, I'm going to give a shout out.
We need a bit more of that.
I'm going to give a shout out to Owen, who called it as Nolan's tip in commentary. And if you're missing a Sharks game for whatever reason, you're away on holiday or you just kind of get to the rink, buy the stream because Owen's brilliant in commentary and he called that one right according to Olivier, and we're going to start a bit of a banter.
Olivier's probably had to give him a cuddle this week because if he's been moaning about it, but right, at least they live together, so you can give him a little hug and cheer him up.
Tell him I watch the pod, we'll be right. So yeah, but we're right back in it. Get 1, get 2. That was the old adage. Unfortunately, this happened with Brandon Baird.
Yeah, again, we have to have a cleaner exit. We have it on our stick. We turn it over. Again, we've got them outside the dots. They kind of go low to high. I think they end up
Comes across again.
And then he shoots the puck, and if he's in a better position than me to answer that, I think he's tried to block it, and I think it's surprised everybody. It's kind of the way it's got through, and I actually don't know if it's went through his skate blade or just underneath. And I think Cal himself said that he maybe felt he could have done a bit better, but it's one of them where, as a group, we were disappointed in that. And I know both individually and collectively, we thought we started it ourselves because it was on our stick again. A cleaner exit, you go in the other way, but you're pushing and you maybe are trying a little bit too hard to create as much offense as you can, and we've been hit by a sucker punch, and for there, especially when we were in the ascendancy, it's a tough one to take. It deflates you a little bit, and you've got to try and motivate ourselves and each other to continue to battle through. And again, we did try that last kind of 6 minutes or so, but for us, that's just, as we discussed earlier in the show, it's just not good enough. It's got to be a bit earlier to give us a real chance, and we've got to keep trying to work hard and rectify these mistakes.
Olivier, you want to talk it through from your perspective? No, you're smiling at it, like so.
Yeah,
he's going, probably no, Andy. Just don't remind me.
No, I was gonna say it. Like, I'm definitely smiling now, but you don't smile when it happens. But
for sure.
We called them ice burners. The puck never left the ice, and I don't know. I saw the guy shoot the puck, and I feel like I thought it was gonna come high, and I opened up my skate to block it, and it just went under my blade. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then from the distance, like I know Callum said he should have had it, but he probably didn't see the puck until it went through me, and then he saw it coming fast. So that one definitely stings because we just mentioned, we just scored a goal at 3-1, and we feel like we are playing a bit better at this point, and then they get this stinger that hurts us. So it's tough.
When does a team lose as a team? Doesn't matter. Let's move on. That was Coach's Corner this week. What did you think? Give us a wee comment and see. I know a lot of people liked. Felt privileged that they were listening to you, Coach. I thought that was quite a nice comment from Dave Baird last week. Dave, well done. Martin, your thoughts on Coach's Corner? Are you going to keep doing it?
Listen, you know me, Andy. I'm happy to come and talk to you and give if the fans appreciate the nice comments. If they feel this is value to them, you know what? It actually adds a little value to me. I sit on my own and watch a lot of this video, so maybe just to be able to get your thoughts out, and with Olivia being here today, you hear about the players' thoughts. I think it's a valuable tool. So, yeah, if people enjoy this, like you keep saying, like it, share it, subscribe, and we'll continue to do this.
Perfect. I'd imagine to get him to say that live in here, so that's perfect. We've got him sorted for maybe not next week. I think next week we're having a wee break from Coach's Corner, but the week after, hopefully we'll get something in place. And the next bit's really difficult because apparently, according to Martin, it's in Olivier's contract that we've got to do the next bit in French. So dust off those French books. We'll speak to Olivier in French. Salut Olivier, comment ça va?
Ça va bien et toi?
Ah, c'est bien, merci. Now we're not going to do it in French. That's about as much as I failed my O-level French, grade French. But we are going to talk to Olivier about his time here. Obviously, you've probably been settled in a bit now. How's it been? How's the whole move to Scotland been?
It's great. I talk a lot to, like you said, my housemate, like Nolan, and we feel very privileged being here in Scotland, being part of this team and in this town in Dumfries. It just probably was the best move for us to come to this team and, like I said, this town as a first year playing pro, because it's, even after the first week, we felt like it was like, it's such a big family here. You feel welcome anywhere you go. People are friendly. And like, who knows if we could have played somewhere else and it's just a bigger town, or people don't understand us, or what it would be. But yeah, it's definitely been amazing so far.
And that's with the run that we've been on as well. To cut to the chase, we've not had the best of results, but have you enjoyed the hockey?
Yeah, it's definitely, it's difficult to explain how. I don't think like hockey anywhere in the world it's going to be the same. Like, you're trying to score more goals than the other team to win, and you're chasing that black puck around the ice. But there's definitely a part of it that you're trying to like adjust yourself. I don't know, it's feeling it out, or that we feel like now it's behind us. But definitely the preseason games we felt maybe, I don't want to say out of place, but there's a time that to adjust to it. Because coming from university hockey in Canada, like, it was just different hockey. High-scoring games never happened. It was always like a 2-1 hockey game wherever you played. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it so far.
And you've got your partner over just now as well?
Yeah, I do.
Is she enjoying her?
She's enjoying it, yeah. Trying to help her stay busy right now. But yeah, it's definitely great to have her here. It definitely makes the transition easier.
Okay. So what have you done since you've been here? In terms of where have you been?
Where have I been?
Been anywhere outside Dumfries yet?
Yeah, I have been. Like, just quickly, we've been to Glasgow, we've been to Edinburgh, we went to Sandy Hills, went on a hike last week to, I think it's called Criffel, close to New Abbey.
Criffel, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's the other place just before it, Maybe Forest.
Yep.
Yeah, went for a hike there. So definitely staying busy. Like, I love the countryside. It's beautiful here.
Brilliant. Okay. What other Scottish things have you done? What have you eaten so far? Scottish stuff.
I did try haggis, but it was in a breakfast wrap, so I feel like it doesn't count because I didn't really taste it. So other than that, nothing really. Like the butterscotch, I guess.
Butterscotch, right?
Yeah.
Butterscotch sweets type things, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I can think about right now, but nothing yet, no.
Yeah, like I think when the boys when they came, we deliberately left a little welcome pack.
All right.
There was a little bit of Scottish stuff in there. I think it was caramel wafers or maybe Tunnock's tea cakes. There's some Tennants, iron brew, shortbread. Just some of the little novelty things. So, I'm pretty sure they've sampled some of the little delicacies. Another thing Olivier probably hasn't mentioned yet is he brought his bike with him. He loves his bike, his road bike, and so I know he's been able to get out and about and get the legs turning and see some scenery there as well. So
nice.
I think that's been a help for him.
And he's not going to be eating Tunnock's tea cakes and iron brew and all the rest of it. He's an athlete, of course he is.
Maybe on his days off. He's allowed to have fun, remember.
How many tins of Tennent's have you taken? You've been liking Tennent's lager?
Yeah, no, I'm probably the one of choice right now. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Mark McCready's got competition, hasn't he? Hasn't he just? What's been the best thing about Scotland?
Best thing about Scotland? It's a good question. To be honest, the biggest thing, being from the east coast of Canada, is the rolling hills here kind of really reminds me of like Prince Edward Island in New Brunswick, where I'm from. It's like those big open fields, but you still have like these hills here and there. So it kind of gives me a sense of being home, but like it's also very different than home in a way that all those stone walls that you see in the fields and keeping the whatever cows or sheep's like,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Yeah. That's the biggest thing I think that for me, like even when we get on the road on the bus, I feel like I'm staring outside the whole time.
Nice one, good answer. Is there anything you're missing about Canada?
Anything missing about?
Oh no, because I'm missing my family. But
Yeah, I was gonna say
of course,
that'd
of
be
course you're
obvious.
gonna go there.
Yeah. No, I think I'm fully embracing the experience. I'm not like
Absolutely.
sitting at home and thinking like, oh, well, like I wish I had this
Yeah.
or I'm missing this. I've been all over Canada since I was 16 just for hockey, so I've never really lived in my hometown my whole life. So coming to Scotland to me was like, kind of feels like I crossed Canada, like because we have such a big country. So if I fly 5 hours west to the west coast, no, I just flew across the pond to come here. So just embracing everything.
Well, we're delighted you're here. Martin, a word on Olivier and the impact that he's had on our team since he's been here from your perspective.
Yeah, no, I think the one thing I can say about both Olivier and Nolan from the first time we met and kind of spoke and even setting the deals up, there was a chemistry that, you know, for our point of view as a club felt right. We've always spoke about getting the right people and you know, Olivier certainly ticked that box straight away for us. We had a number of chats. We made sure that, you know, we've always tried to pride ourselves on looking after our players and creating that family environment. And it's really nice to hear Olivier's thoughts on that. But you know, I think he's slotted in here like he's been here a long time.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. You know, the youth sports league is very low scoring, and it is, as much as it's somebody's trying to score more goals than the next guy, it is very different hockey. It's a kind of tighter checking, closer contest. And I think when you have 3 to 4 lines of very similar standard kind of players, you probably don't come into this league expecting maybe to play quite as much. So that adjustment comes where he's at a lot of minutes for us, and you know he's played in all situations, and he's for me so far he's done a fantastic job, and showed that it's irrelevant what's been asked by me or the team, whether it be, you know, defending, making a first pass, blocking a shot, getting up on the offense, or as we see on Sunday, defending himself and his teammates. He's bought into that ethos, and no, we couldn't be happier right now. I think the only thing that would make us both happy would be a win. So,
I think a lot of fans round about me really, you're becoming a fan favourite at your style of play. So congratulations on that, and thank you for playing with us and giving us such entertainment. Looking forward to the weekend. We've got the Raiders here at 6 o'clock on Saturday night. If you've not got your ticket, get a ticket. What are we going to see? What are we going to do differently this weekend, guys?
We're going to win. So that's the main thing we can do different. We have to come out. I think Olivier, as he said it earlier, trust the process and believe in what we're trying to do. We have to come out fast and energetic, and show a bit of bounce back, a bit of character. The probably 50 minutes worth of the Telford performance, which was the closest we've probably played. The Sunday performance against Sheffield, I think, was good as well. Where if we can show that same kind of energy and intensity, and play on the front foot, let's play on the front foot and be the aggressors, and ideally play with a lead.
And the Raiders coming up from a long trip as well. We've had to go down there, bus legs, all the rest of it, out the traps fast, perhaps.
Of course, I think the biggest thing is trusting ourselves, trust the process, and play with that belief. There's no need to panic, as we keep saying, but we do need that little bit of urgency and a little bit of intensity and maybe playing a little bit desperate. But, you know, I keep alluding to it, and nothing's going to change there, where as a group, from myself as a head coach, right through the staff and the players, and right up to the ownership, everyone else is desperate to just get that first win for our fans, who keep coming in numbers, who keep making fantastic noise. And you know, we urge them to continue to do that, because albeit we appreciate it's not been easy because we've not had the results that we've had in the past, it still helps the players. And, you know, once we get that first win together, it's going to be a good night. And, you know, that is all we are focused on for Saturday night, is trying to find a way to get that done and get it done for everybody. And well, as I say, I know from a coaching point of view, the players feel the same, that, you know, we're doing everything we can to try and make that moment happen.
Olivier, your thoughts on Saturday's game?
Same thing as Marty just said. Like, that's our main focus as a group right now. The only thing is, you don't want to start a game like down 3-0 to then start playing hockey. Like, we just have to come out of the gate hot, and then, like Marty said, like, maybe have some sense of urgency. And if you get the first goal in a hockey game, that's great. Keep building off that. But I think as a group, like, if we don't get the first goal, like, it's a long 60-minute game, and we can't put ourselves down. We just have to keep going, and, like, it's gonna come. Like, if I was a fan, I feel like watching our game so far, I would think, like, yeah, these guys are getting chances. Like, the other teams aren't coming in here and winning easily, I don't think. So I think as a group, we just have to believe ourselves that the goals are going to come, and once they do, we mentioned the floodgate's going to open, but that's ultimately what should happen.
Yeah, and I think we can get revenge on the Bees on Sunday. I know you're not going to focus on that, because you always focus on the next game. It's the standard Martin answer, so I'm not even going to go down there. But from my perspective, watching the Bees here, they're a team we can beat, and I hope we're looking at a 4-point weekend. Come along at the game, get your tickets. You can come and meet Martin and Olivier in the bar afterwards. I'll be doing some interviews. Remember, it's a 6 o'clock face-off. So thank you for watching me. But before I go, I'm going to leave the last word to Martin and Olivier. A message to the fans from both of you. Martin, do you want to go first?
Again, I think similar to last weekend, it's still a thank you for the support so far. Continue to believe in us. Continue to stick with us and be patient. And, you know, I say, just believe us when we say that we're doing everything we possibly can in our powers to get that first win for you guys. And hopefully that comes this weekend.
Olivier?
Yeah, I think I just want to say, like, the fan itself has been amazing so far. Even just walking around town with Nolan, sometimes we meet people that recognize us from wearing our team jacket, so they'll approach us, and we're really grateful for that. But yeah, stick with us, and we'll get that first win coming.
There's never a danger we're not going to stick with you, that's for sure. Sharks fans are incredibly loyal. Listen, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and we will see you at the Shark Tank on Saturday, 6 o'clock face-off. Bye for now.